sewing studio here in North Central Florida, where it's been in almost 90 degrees. And I just got a notification on my phone saying it's going to be hotter tomorrow than it has been the past 3 days. So we are fixing to burn up here. I hope y'all are staying warm if you're in a colder area. Let's go ahead and make sure that the technology is working over there, Mr. Wilson. Thank you. Let's say hi to some friends. I see people tuning in on the chat. Hey, Ann, tuning in from California. And we got Wendy in the house from Hawaii. Aloha, Wendy. Sharon is in the house from Tennessee. We got Maureen from Round Rock, Texas. I'm sure y'all are hot there too. Hey, Clarice, tuning in from the Villages here in Florida, just an hour south of me. Elaine from New York. We got Mary Grace in the house from Colorado. Yay, we have a bunch of friends in. Emmy's in the house from Australia. It is tomorrow morning there, I'm pretty sure. Hi. Hey, Margie from Wisconsin. Oh, we got a lot of friends in the house here. Colorado. We got Donna from Detroit. Janet from San Diego. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. I have several different things to chat about tonight and to show you. The first thing is my new t-shirt. Fabric plus thread equals magic. This is a Crafty Gemini exclusive. I had my illustrator drop this design for us, and we just listed it for sale in our online shop today. You can shop with us if you never have before at CraftyGemini.com. And there's a shop button, and you'll see it. It's one of the first items that we just listed. I think it's so cute. Here, the shirt size that I'm wearing here is a large. And I have an extra large here that I can show y'all. I just wanted you kind of to see how drapey the fabric is, how great quality it is. It's not like the scratchy cotton poly blends, but it is a blend. Very drapey, super duper soft, really high quality. It's long. The manufacturer has it listed as a unisex shirt, so the shape, there's no like shaping on the side like some of the ladies' tees. You can see that it's kind of straight up and down. The sleeves, as you can see on me, hit lower down, and the neckline is a rounded neckline that's higher up. So I think it's super comfy to wear with like leggings or jeans or however you want to dress it up or dress it down, but super cool to wear, right? To like a sewing event or a quilting show or something like that. So anyways, we have them in the online shop for sale. CraftyGemini.com/shop, and I believe we have sizes extra small through 4XL. So again, this is the extra large. So you can see that they are roomy because the one that I'm wearing here is just a large. And it's still, I like my stuff a little bit snug. You know, I'm from Miami. But the extra large fits me fine too, just a little bit looser if I want to wear it like over leggings or something like that. Okay, so check them out. They do have a good bit of stretch to them also. And I just really like this design, so I hope you all like it too. So that is the first thing that I wanted to mention. Next on my list here, let's talk about some sock yarn. And we have listed these big cones. I mentioned this in the last Fiber Friday that we hosted in February. For those of you that are tuning in new, Fiber Fridays are kind of like a laid-back chat where I talk about all things related to yarn and fiber, crochet, knitting, spinning, circular sock machine knitting, drum carding, all that kind of stuff, anything having to do with wool and fiber type of things. And I have been sharing some of the socks that I have made on my circular sock machine. Y'all can recall this from, I think it was the last episode. These little shorty rainbow socks. And I asked y'all because some people were asking me about the yarn that I used. And I was wondering if people would be interested in having us carry this in the online shop. And a lot of you said that you would be interested in it. And so we've added, I think, 11 colors to the online shop. So again, you can find that under CraftyGemini.com/shop. Let's go ahead and switch to this camera angle. I'm just going to show them a couple of the colorways so y'all can see. If you are shopping for the yarn on our website, they are listed under a specific number colorway. Okay, so for example, this one is this one, the rainbow one that I made in the shorty socks. So it's cool to show you how it knits up because you can't really tell from here. Like you can tell they're pretty colors, but it's self-striping, okay? And so this color, I have wool stuck to my lip gloss. Wow. Is color number 4872. So the way that it works is that each one is listed under its number. And when you're on the page on our website, if you click one by one, the picture of that colorway will populate in the main image. And that way you know which color you're ordering. So that's how you would see them. So just to give you, a little bit of a view of these different colors. This is so fun. I love that it has these darker pinks and plums. And there's even like some really like dark purple in here, but then these bright pops of this bright kind of aqua teal color. You know I had to save one of these cones of each colorway for me because I need to knit them up also and see how it looks. All right, so this one is colorway 4453, and of course you'll see them pop up on the thing. This is a red, green, and white, and it has a couple different shades of green. This would make really cute like Christmas socks or something. This is number 7535, and these cones are, and I'll tell you a little bit about the yarn, 75% superwash wool and 25% polyamide, which is like a nylon. Okay, so it has it's going to add some strength to your yarn, so it will wear nicely for socks, especially if you use a yarn that won't wear really well or doesn't have some type of nylon in it. You know, people will tend to wear them out either at the toes, the heels, the ball of the foot, or wherever they tend to put a lot of pressure when they're walking as they're wearing the socks. So I have made, I don't know, maybe a dozen pair of socks already with this type of yarn, and that's why I've kind of been stocking up on the different colorways. So again, it's a 75-25 blend, and the cone has 400 grams. So if you're familiar with buying like one skein of sock weight yarn, you know that typically they'll be like 100 grams. Some are even 50 grams. So this is like buying 4 skeins of 100 grams of yarn. If you make shorty socks like I tend to do because I live in Florida, you're going to make like a ton of different pairs of socks. Now this yarn, I use it on the circular sock knitting machine, but you can also hand knit with it. It's just yarn. It just happens to be on a cone. So I'll go through a couple of the other colorways. This is 2820. And on our website where you click on the different colorways, you'll see an image where it has the cone, and then right next to it is an image of a knit up taller sock than mine, but so that you can see how the yarn colorway will actually knit up, okay? So of course, this is sock weight yarn. If you wanted to crochet with it, you could do that as well. This one's pretty cool. Gray, white, different shades of blue, some denim-y kind of blues, and black. And this is 3298. Ooh, I like this one. It has some pinks, some light blues, some aquas, some darker blues. It's so wild to see how many colors they put into like one chunk of a strand of this yarn, and then to see it knit up is even more amazing. This is 5111. We have another one here that's similar to this rainbow one, but the colors, as you can see if I put them side by side, they're just like a darker stripes, you know, darker shades. This has more like a cotton candy, bright pinks and bright orange and bright purple feel, and this has more yellows, oranges. The pinks tend to lean more towards reddish oranges, and the greens are darker, not necessarily as bright, but it also knits up similar to the rainbow one. So this is 4873. And then this is a super fun one too. Has some blacks and pinks and oranges in there. And this is 5660. So anyways, we have 11 different colorways. You can check those out. And I think it's a great value because again, it's the equivalent of 4 100-gram balls or skeins of yarn, and it's all in one cone. Okay, great. Let me make sure that I'm not missing anything here. Hey everybody, we have some people tuning in just now. Awesome. So that was just some sock yarn that I was showing y'all. These were, I haven't made any more socks since the last ones I showed. So I'm re-showing you all my shorty rainbow socks. They're still super cute and I wear them. And it's funny to think like you make a couple of pairs of socks and you're like, oh, I'll wear them and wash them. And now I find that I need to make like 24 pairs of socks or something for me because I always want to reach for my handmade or circular sock machine made socks. And if they're all in the wash, I obviously know that I don't have enough pairs of socks for myself. All right, so that was that on the sock yarn. Next up, dun dun dun, the big reveal of this month's Fiber Friday. Let's grab, well, let me start off with the plain ones. Okay, you can put them back on my face for a minute while I tell the story and then show the goods. So if you recall, in January, we had a duo of traveling shearers come from Western North Carolina, and they travel kind of all through the South, shearing people's sheep. Okay, so they came, they sheared our 2 sheep, Mary Kate and Ashley. They're a set of twins, a brother and sister twin pair of sheep that we have that we bought from a friend. Okay, they are Florida cracker sheep, and I wanted to obviously have them sheared. They were almost 1 year old, so it was like their first fleece, and to send it off to the mill for processing. So go ahead and let's bring them back to the camera here. I'm going to grab a couple bags and we can tell them about the mill that we used. My friend, I'm going to call her my friend now. Vicky, you're my friend. My friend Vicky from Vicky's Wool and More, which is here in Florida. Y'all can check her out if you know friends that have sheep and they need to find a mill to send their stuff to process. I'm sure she sells a bunch of other stuff too, because I need to buy some e-spinners from her. But you can check out her website. We put the link right there at the bottom of the screen so you can check her out, what she offers, what she sells, and her services. I sent her, well, I didn't send her because she actually came up. So we got together for like a sock cranking event at another friend's house and we exchanged trash bags there where I gave her my unprocessed wool from Mary Kate and Ashley. And I did separate the wools and I told her to try and keep them separate because I wanted to compare and see what is the difference between the two of them because their fleeces were really different to me, at least at first glance, right? So Ashley is the boy. Here you are, Ashley. Your whole fluff. Look, this is my homegrown wool, y'all. Oh, it's so amazing. Okay, and then this is Mary Kate's. Now, if you recall from the last Fiber Friday, I shared this bat with y'all. Let me grab what I have here. And said and showed y'all that like before I sent the fleeces off to be processed, I saved a little chunk of the dirty fleece and I processed it myself to kind of walk through the steps and figure out how it goes, like what's the scouring like, what's this, what's picking this and that and doing all that. So anyways, this is the bat that I had made on my drum carder with Mary Kate's wool. And I think I mentioned this last time, but she had a lot of little guard hairs. She's the one of the sheep, whenever you see the pictures that we post of the two sheep, she's the one with the dark face. Okay, so she has these dark brown guard hairs in her fleece. And so I had to like keep running it through the drum carder to get all these extra little hair bits that were not like part of the wool to fall out. Okay, so anyways, I've been spinning this up. I'll show you what I have. Here it is. So, let me look here. So this is so far what I have spun up from this same bat that I made with Mary Kate's wool. I added some superwash merino to it, some stellina or angelina fibers, I can't remember which one, and some other like merino blends and stuff like that. But I think it's working up super cute and it does actually spin up like a dream. So I was looking forward to getting the rest of my wool back because now I know how to use my drum carder so I can play with it on that. I can mix in stuff and I can dye some up. So I'll show you what I had Vicky do. I told her to pull 4 ounces of each because she also dyes it for you. She can even do mix-ins. So if y'all have wool or maybe you go to like big wool and sheep festivals and you purchase your own fleeces and you need a place to send it to be processed, holla at my friend Vicky. She does all of that. So here, I love that she labeled the stuff. And she even went out of her way and sent me a couple videos as she was processing the wool. She's like, I figured you'd like to see the process. So she was sending me the videos and I was so intrigued. So this is Mary Kate's. And let's pull out these braids. I told her just anything blue or purplish would be fine. I just wanted to see. Let me try not to get them confused. Well, I can tell because the color is different. So this is Ashley's wool, braided up and dyed. I got the bulk of it undyed because I'm going to do other stuff with it. I'll probably dye some of it, you know, do other mix-ins. But I wanted to play around with some of it already dyed. And I think this is so cool and so fun. So this is 4 ounces. This is what you would buy already, you know, typically if you're buying a braid to spin or something. Most often I have purchased them in 4-ounce chunks. And as you can see, this is like nothing compared to what I have here. Well, let's put them together the right ones. So this is Mary Kate's processed wool here. Can y'all see that? Yeah, oh my gosh. And so it's like a big tube and it just goes around and around and around and around. So I can card this, you know, in my drum carder, add more stuff to it. And this is like a never-ending supply. I'm so excited for this. Look how fluffy it is. I think y'all can see. Let me see what it's looking like. Yeah, I think you can see that. Like how airy and puffy it is. It is a more rusticy wool, but you know what? Like this, it's not scratchy to me. And for some reason, I had heard, I'm pretty sure I had heard this from like local spinners that Florida cracker wool is not like ideal for spinning or for knitting up stuff that you'd want to wear. But like so far, even the bit that I've spun up already, especially mixing it in with a couple of other things, maybe some softer wools and stuff like that, I think this is amazing. I could totally make hats and scarves and, oh my God, my own wool. Let me see real quick if I can pop it on the chat because it wasn't working for me earlier. But anyways, this is Mary Kate's wool, super airy. Oh my God, so warm. And then this is a bit of her wool that's been dyed. So this is going to be super fun. Again, I can even add some of this in here and on the drum carder. There's a lot of depth to these colors, you know, like they're not all light or dark. And I have some lighter bits right here. I'm going to have a blast playing around with my homegrown wool. It's so funny. In like less than a year, I go from buying sheep to like having all the wool I could use for spinning projects. Isn't it fun? So I'm super happy with this. Thank you so much, Vicki. She did a fabulous job. This is Ashley's wool. So Ashley's wool, when the fleeces were left behind, like after the shearers left and they sheared them, I feel like his fleece had like this really tight crimp in it and it just looks so like puffy and it like had such good insulating qualities. Look at this. But Vicki said that she actually, as she was processing both fleeces, that she preferred Mary Kate's wool to Ashley's because she says that his tended to want to felt a little bit. I wonder if that has to do with how tight the crimp is. But I'm so excited. My own wool. This is his one. You can see that the colors are a little bit more blended together. I think the purple wanted to break here because it's like in different, or the blue at least because it's going into different colors a little bit. But again, 4 ounces for me to play with. And I have so much wool here to work with. This is going to be a good one to blend up with stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not going to get through all of this wool anytime soon. And that was just their first year getting sheared. So next year, we shall repeat the game again. And I'm excited. Whatever bits I don't end up using, or like the other bits that we had cut behind, or cut and left behind from when they were sheared, you can use them in the garden as mulch. I mean, it just breaks down. It's such a sustainable and renewable fiber. So awesome. Oh, Karen, thank you. Okay, moving along from my wool that I'm so proud of and can't wait to continue making stuff with. Let's talk a little bit, speaking of like wool and carding, I just wanted to share that I had signed up for some classes online, and I signed up for some classes with no kit and then some that had a kit. And this is, I mean, if you know me and my love of bright colors, apologies for the plastic crinkle. I just didn't want to open this beforehand and have all these bits out. This I bought from Melanated Boho Bay, is her business name. This is her Encanto carding kit. It has merino, bamboo, silk, some cotton neps. These are the little cotton nep bundles here that you just throw in to add some texture when you're carding it up, so that when you spin, you have these little bubbles of amazing cotton goodness popping in your finished yarn. And what else does it have? It has silk neps. Maybe these are the silk. These feel kind of soft. I think she said you were going to get either one or something like that. Firestar, it has Angelina, Faux Cashmere, Black Pride, and Black Girl Magic, she says. So look at all these pops of color. And if this thing does not scream Encanto like all the colors of the movie, look at this braid. This is the kind of stuff that gets us. Like, even if you don't ever use it, just looking at this is like amazing, the colors. And then this was the little bonus pack that came in with extra thingies to throw in there. So you got some really, really bright, like highlighter type colors, some locks that you can throw in there like that. So she, this kit came with like video lessons on how she does, how she makes the Encanto bat. And if you check out her website, again, her Instagram and her business name is Melanated Boho Bay. She has pictures of this bat, her Encanto bats. And I bought the kit because I was like, I need to make that. So I've watched the video lessons, but I haven't made it yet. So I'm going to go back and watch them again to see exactly when you apply each of the different little things as you're running it through the drum carder to make your own bat. Okay. Oh, this is awesome. I'm getting a message here from Snow White is the username. They're saying, after watching you live last month on Fiber Friday, I learned how to knit. I'm 43 and left-handed and no one could teach me. And you watch my YouTube videos and now you can knit. She says, so thank you. You're welcome. I'm so glad to hear that. I love, love, love to hear that. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. in case people were like, well, what are you drum carding? Or like when I say I'm going to mix that up with some other things, this is the kind of cool stuff that you can mix and add in there. I'm not going to crinkle that plastic much more. Let me just set this aside. Look at that bling. Oh, yeah, that's going to be super fun to do. But I had to get it because it said Encanto and I saw the colors and I was like, I got to have it. All right. So next on my list here is, I don't have much more. Let's see. My friend Vicky, so Vicky from Vicky's Wool, who processed my wool from my sheep, had mentioned to me, I think she watched maybe the last Fiber Friday, and she said, hey, I saw that you were sharing something about the other magazine that I had shared about. And she said, if you haven't checked out Ply magazine, check them out. So I was like, great, thanks for the heads up. So I checked out Ply magazine, and I ended up just ordering all their back-ordered issues because the couple ones that I saw were awesome. So I thought, well, why don't I just get like the last 10 years of this magazine? So even the cover, I mean, look at this. Super cool, and it's like a specific magazine for hand spinners. So again, anything dealing with fiber, textiles, carding, drop spindle stuff. I mean, anything. Oh my gosh, look at this. So anything having to do with fiber, there's techniques, there's projects, there's all kinds of stuff in here. And of course, I love to have resource type of books and magazines, and so, you know, I had to have it. So I just wanted to share some of these with y'all in case you too didn't know about Ply magazine like me and are looking for something like this. So spinning, look at this hat. Amazing. It looks like a brioche, cabled brioche or something. Super cute. So projects, of course, you know, you got ads, you got different. I like seeing the ads too because sometimes they change the things like for different machines. If you're into like the drum carders, the types of spindles, the sizes, what they do, what they're good for. So I like to see that stuff in use. And then, of course, different articles on specific fibers and animals and farms and stuff like that. So just a great resource, I think. Even stuff for weavers in here. So again, anything that has to do with fiber. Super fun. So I just went ahead and ordered all of them. This is obviously not all of them. I think it came in 2 or 3 boxes. So I just opened one of the boxes here to share with y'all. But it's just called Ply magazine. And I want to say it comes out, it looks like spring, autumn, summer, winter, spring, autumn. Yeah, so it must be a quarterly one. Because these are from like, this is 2021 magazine, issue 33. This is from 2020. I have one here that's from 2013, so, and 2014. So yeah, some older magazines, but you can also get the digital version of it is what I saw. I think I got the digital and all the backlogged entire library, because why not? Look at this little cardigan, how cute. So a lot of stuff. Other than that, we have just been busy with our bag maker subscription box, which of course is sold out, but we will be re-releasing it for another 3-month section, I think in May. So we've been busy, you know, teaching those classes and getting those boxes out, which we're in the middle of the 2nd month now that we're going to be sending out. So go ahead and put them on my face. I'm going to answer a couple questions. Apologies that I can't go back in the chat because I lost it all. Like it was freezing up on me and now I refreshed it so I only see the new stuff. All right. Oh, hi, Delphine. She says, I can only stay for a little bit, but I'm glad I found you. I have been lurking and really enjoying this. Welcome. We welcome all the lurkers. You never know what you can hear or find or learn. Karen says, Ply is wonderful. She says, JC Boggs does this magazine. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you. Awesome. So if anybody has any specific questions for me, I am going to take a couple of questions, and if not, we are going to finish it off for a quick and short Fiber Friday this week. Remember that our new Fabric plus Thread equals Magic t-shirts, we have them in extra small through 4XL. They're listed on the website right now, and the website's craftygemini.com/shop. And then we went ahead and added, if you're tuning in late, all the, well, not all, but 11 different colors of, let me not hit myself in the face, this, they're all self-striping, just in a different type of pattern. Like some are thinner stripes and some are bigger. Some alternate between multiple colors and thin and thick stripes. But the 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon yarn that I used for that, so like these rainbow shorty socks, came from this one. It's a 400-gram cone. They weigh a pound each. It's a pound of yarn. There are no knots. It's amazing. I'll just say that. Let's see. Oh, Monique says, what is the project bag that you mentioned in the email? So I sent out an email today. Just a quick reminder, if you're not on my email list, make sure you sign up. I have a general email list for all my sewing and quilting and bag making stuff, but we have a Fiber Crafts specific newsletter that you can also join. So it's just Fiber Crafts related stuff. So Monique, let me get the bag real quick. It was the Vega project bag. Let me reach here and grab mine. It has a project in it. Well, I have multiples of these, but it's this project bag. Oh, look at me. It's this project bag. Big size. Of course, me and my whips. My unfinished projects that I continuously say I'm going to get to and I never do. Let me pull these patterns out of here and stuff. I just want y'all to see the inside. If you need a project bag, it is roomy. So this is the Vega project bag. It's quilted on the exterior. Super simple to do though. It has handles. On the inside, you have 2 mesh pockets. And this is one of my online sewing video courses. So you got 1 mesh pocket there. You got another one on the other side. And of course, you can also replace the mesh pockets with like clear vinyl or even just with cotton fabric if you don't want people to be able to see inside your bag. The side has these little like side pleats that allow the bag to come together. On mine, I don't have a button or anything, but obviously because you can see I use like big bulky yarn, so there's no sense in trying to close it because I'm not going to be able to close it. But you can add a plastic snap, a metal snap, a magnetic snap. You can do any type of closure that you want right there to keep it a little bit more shut. But actually, I'm glad that you brought that up because I forgot. This online video course is on sale for this weekend only. So it's $10 off right now. And you can find it in my online shop. It's called the Vega, V-E-G-A project bag. And you'll see the price is down to $27 for this weekend only. So if you are maybe gathering up some yarn, hooks, or you're knitting needles for a project and you need a cool little project bag to take it in or making a gift for somebody, this is a great one to make. Okay, so it was, yeah, from like the 7th edition bag club we did last summer. Yes, Margie says the Vega project bag is perfect for yarn projects. Yes, it absolutely is. And Monique says it's huge. I know, you see it next to my head. Now you really see how big it is, right? Well, on the product page for the course, it will have the approximate measurements as well. So for those of you that want to gauge exactly how big it is and all that, you can see that listed there for you too. And we have a link to an image of the supply checklist. That way, even before you purchase the class, you can check and see if you have the supplies you need. And if you don't, obviously we sell supplies in our online shop as well. Okay, let's see. Excuse me. Mary Grace says, will you have to have Mary Kate and Ashley sheared again before next February? They're going to come back down in January. So they come in January and June. And apparently some of the people that have sheep down here will have them actually come in January and in June. Well, have them come to the same farm in January and June. So they sometimes get their sheep sheared in June before the hottest parts of the year here in Florida so that the sheep are not like dying under a thick coat of wool. But I couldn't believe it when the shearers told me, she's like, yeah, the people that typically do that, they just toss the fleece. And I said, what? They're like, yeah, they don't use it. They're just shearing them to like let the sheep breathe more. But they don't use it. Can you believe it? They don't process the wool. They don't use it. Obviously, they're not knitters or spinners. But my goodness, I'm like, all that wool going to waste. So yeah. So for me, I am going to let them. They already look so fluffy, right, Brandon? Those sheep are already getting their coat back on. And they look so puffy and fluffy. But we will probably have them sheared again next January. Let's see. Pam is asking, what fabric is the bag made from? So this bag is, oh, you're asking about the collection. This is fabric that I bought, I want to say it was from Blueprint, like when they had their own fabric line. This was like half yard cuts or something that I had. So that was left over from that. And I think the blue and white speckle here is maybe like a Timeless Treasures blender fabric or something. I always just pick fabrics from my stash. You know, I rarely have like an entire collection and mix and match the stuff perfectly. But I don't know what to tell you about the brand. It's not. It was like a Blueprint fabric bundle or something. Yeah, Diana says you can also add grommets to pull the yarn through. That would be great, especially because you have a good chunk of space here before you reach the zipper of the mesh pocket in the inside. And so you could run a couple grommets here so you can have it closed or sitting in the seat next to you, say on a road trip or something. And then you could just keep you know, rolling your yarn out of there. So, so cute. Oh, Emmy says, I loved making this bag. It's so handy and easy to sew. I am so glad to hear that. And Mary Grace says the same. She says, I love my Vega bag. Holds a ton. I'm so glad that y'all have made the bag. So again, it's on sale right now for $10 off the regular price only for this weekend. So you can check that out. Again, it's called the Vega Project Bag, and it's in my online shop. You can sign up for a digital course. It never expires. It's not a live class. They're all pre-recorded videos, okay? Oh boy, I'm feeling all the guilt looking at this project going right back in the bag. Oh, I need to get my life together. Okay, moving right along with this. Let me see what other questions I have. Let's see. I see Casey's asking, can you fillet crochet with the active yarn? I have no idea, girl. I ain't never tried that. I don't know. I'm not sure if anybody else knows, if they can answer that for you, but I don't know. I'm guessing if it's something that you can just use regular sock yarn with, it's like a fingering weight yarn, then it should be okay, but I'm not familiar with that type of crochet work. Yeah, Monique says instead of the grommets, you could also use a large buttonhole as well. You can. For me, because I don't put a closure on it, I literally just grab it like this, and the sides are wide enough that I just grab from there. And if it's not packed to the gills as it is here, if I have just one ball of yarn and a couple other things, I can just pull and the ball kind of tosses inside of the bag so it doesn't go out on the floor and start getting tangled and stuff. So it kind of rolls the same way that you would use like a yarn bowl or a basket. I kind of use it like that. So if I'm sitting on the couch knitting, I'll just set this on the ground next to me and you use it just like that same way too, because you can see the top how open it is, okay? But yeah, that is it. Okay, let me put this back. I'll see if there's any last minute questions. Y'all, let me hold this up now that the camera's in front of me. Look at all my wool. I don't look at this. Literally homegrown wool. And I'll say when I gave the wool, both fleeces to Vicky, I think she said the total was 4 pounds. But I paid her to like clean it and pick it and all that stuff. So of course you lose a lot of weight. And I think it was, the total ended up weighing, I want to say just under 3 pounds, like 2 pounds and some change or something like that. But Ashley's fleece was definitely puffier and fluffier, and he's bigger, so we got more from his. And this is Mary Kate's little bundle. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So fun. Who knows? I'll keep y'all up to date with what I end up doing, if I dye it, if I just mix it with other stuff. But I'm super happy. I can feel still a little bit of lanolin moisturizing for my hands, but it's not a super scratchy yarn. I don't know why I was led to believe that Florida Cracker wool was not a great wool to work with, because I'm quite happy with it so far. Okay. All right, well, it looks like that is it, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Fiber Fridays. Remember that I come back here and we talk about all things yarn and fiber on the first Friday of every month at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you're not already subscribed to my email list, make sure that you do that, because we do send out update emails so that you know, hey, today's Fiber Friday, we're going live again. And so hopefully y'all can tune in for that. We are working on a crochet project. I don't know if I mentioned that last time, on a crochet along, since we finished up that my hat knit along, the Loma Worsted hat knit along. The next make along is going to be a crocheted project. So be on the lookout for that. When we are ready to release that, we will send out an email and keep y'all posted. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy crafting, everybody, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye. If you're going to watch Whip Wednesday, that is. Bye.